Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my everyday natural makeup routine. It is minimal products. For this video I will just be using primer, well of course primer, moisturizer, but for my additional products I will be using probably a contour powder, just a simple darker than my complexion powder. I will be using setting powder, which will be my Laura Mercier, and I will not be using foundation. I will only be using concealer and possibly color corrector. So if you're interested in how I achieve this everyday natural makeup look with minimum makeup, then please keep watching. Hey guys, so to start off with my natural look, I'm going to moisturize my face, and doing that I'm going to use my Belief moisturizers. The first one I'm going to use under my eyes, my dark circles. I'm going to be using the moisturizing and firming eye cream. And for the second one, I will also be using the Aqua Bomb, the True Cream Aqua Bomb to be specific. I love this moisturizer. Is, I want to say, it's water based. And it really sinks into the skin well. And it has this pretty blue color, which doesn't matter because we're moisturizing our face. Anyways. And after I get done rubbing this into my face, I'm just going to let it sit for a little while, at least for like a minute or so it can sink into my skin. Look crazy. Before putting on any makeup, you always want to make sure your face is fully moisturized, or else you're going to be walking around with cakey, dry, flaky skin. I mean, you know, some people can get away with not moisturizing their face. Sometimes I do. But you should moisturize your face before putting on products that are going to dry it out. And it probably also helps to fill your pores just a little bit, or prep them for the makeup. So okay, now after we let it sit on our face for a little while, I'm going to prime my face. I'm not going to be priming my whole face. I'm just going to be using primer basically on my dark circles, around my mouth, around my nose, and where my laugh lines usually sit at, because those always crease on me. And the primer I will be using today is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. But I mean, you don't have to buy an expensive primer. Oh yeah, I will also be using the Urban Decay, the eyeshadow primer, but I also like to use this around my mouth and under my eyes, because if it can stop eyeshadow from creasing, I'm pretty sure it's really good to stop concealer and other makeups from creasing. But if you don't have any of those primers, or any primer at all, you know, there's this hack where you can actually use Monistat shaving cream. I have used this before on my face and it works pretty well. If you can use it down there, I'm pretty sure it's safe to put on your face. So, but don't take my word for it. It is fragrance free. It works just like the Smashbox photo finish. So, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have primer. Out of the two primers, the first primer I will be putting on is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I hate the new stick that they came out with. It just makes life not as easy as it was. So, and with this, I'm just going to tap it into my face. I did rub it in a little bit, but for the last little bit that needs to go into my face, I'm just going to tap it. And this is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Well, actually, I'm going to let this sit for a little while, so. I love the way primer feels. It's so smooth and velvety feeling. And I'm not even gonna lie. Most times I put on makeup, I do not apply primer. I forget. It's such a simple step, but you know, it kind of adds on to the time. And I be being lazy. So, and that's one word you will hear a lot on my channel is lazy. So yeah, get used to it. And I'm just gonna let that sit for about a minute. While we're waiting for our primer to set in our face and, you know, kind of settle and all that good stuff, I just want to let y'all know that I will be using my beauty blender. And also in this makeup routine, I will not be using foundation. I will only be using concealer and powder to set it. And if you do have a beauty blender, always make sure that it is damp before you use it. So yeah. So I do believe that all this has set into my face now. I'm going to take, change my mind. I have decided to color correct because I do have some darkness, hyperpigmentation. I don't want to call it that because really it's from like having acne and bumps on my face and popping them. So I do have some dark spots on my face, and I would like to color correct them. So I will be using my MAC Prep and Prime concealer in Peach Luster. This isn't the best orange corrector I've had, but I mean, it works. So I'm going to use it. Oh, I put a little too much right there. Now look at all this extra I have. Not paying attention. And to blend this into my face, I'm just going to use my beauty blender. My damp beauty blender. And you don't want to pack it, you don't want to, I guess, disperse it too much until it basically disappears off your face. Pat it in just enough to make it set in a place that you want it. But try to use pat in motions, because you don't want to like just be sliding it everywhere across your face. You want it to stay exactly where you put it. So, and some people can actually just color correct their face. I don't know how they do it. Well, it kind of worked out. Some people can just only color correct their face and just walk out the door looking like that, and you can't tell. Actually, this blends in pretty well. I just don't want to walk out looking like a tangerine, so we're not doing that today. I believe everyone who's ever put on makeup knows that what you look like inside is not what you're going to look like outside. That's why I do like to put my makeup on with natural lighting. That way I know what I'm getting myself into when I walk out the door. So, yeah. I'm all color corrected. I'm going to go to the next step. So for my next step, what I will be using for my natural makeup look, like I said, is concealer. I will not be using foundation. I will be using the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the color Deep. I actually really like this concealer. It could just be because I love the big old stick thing they put in here, the little applicator. It's awesome. So I'm basically going to place this concealer in all the places that I placed the color corrector. And I also will be applying this on my eyelids as well. Most times when I do this natural makeup, I do not color correct. This concealer works perfectly fine without color correcting your face. And really, I love using this concealer because it's so close to my complexion. So that works out very well for me. And I'm just going to let that sit and get tacky for a couple of seconds. Not too long, because I don't want it to set so well that I can't blend it out on my face and I just be looking crazy with a face full of concealer. While waiting for that to get tacky, to set all of this concealer, I will be using my Mercier powder, and this is in the translucent. And for the rest of my face, so I can blend everything in and also give myself a natural glow, I will be using the Mercier powder in Warm Bronze. This is not my favorite powder for my face. This powder actually has little shimmers in it, which I don't like for all occasions. I don't want my whole face to be shimmering. I'm not a vampire. So, yeah. But I will be using this today, hopefully. And by using primer before applying any of this concealer, it usually keeps your under eye area from creasing. And also by setting this once you have blended out your concealer, not waiting to set it. Like, if you know you have really bad creasing, don't wait to set your makeup. Go on and set that, because the longer you wait, the more it's going to crease, and the quicker it might crease. So just go on and set it in place while you have the chance and everything is perfect and looking good how you want it. And sometimes I do like to overlap my lip with my concealer or with my foundation. And I'm just going to blend out any harsh differences between my concealer and my natural skin. So blending is key for this natural look. And sometimes I like to take my extra and go over my nose, because if you've ever done makeup and not touched your nose, you know what I mean when I say your nose will tell on you. I don't even know how to explain that, but your nose will tell on you if you don't do your makeup well or right. At least try to touch that up a little bit. And when you think you're done blending, just give your face a once over to make sure you have touched everything so you don't be looking crazy when you walk outside. I can say with this concealer, I haven't experienced bad or over creasing under my eye, which is something I really appreciate and love, because most concealers I use just make my under eye crease so bad. And to set my face, I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier and my beauty blender that I use to blend in my concealer. And this trick, if you're getting ready to set your face and you notice you have started creasing under your eye, just take either your beauty blender or your finger or something and try to smooth out the creasing. Don't set your makeup if your makeup is creasing, because by setting it while it's creased, you're just basically keeping that crease in place. The thing's gonna be set in stone, and you shouldn't want that. At least I don't like that. Some people might. That might be their preference. Do my videos, you will notice I am not one for baking. I feel better just patting in my powder, because for some odd reason, I don't know if I'm just not baking my face right, but it just really makes my makeup so, I don't want to say splotchy, but it makes my face look extra dry, and I personally don't need to bake. My face can tend to be oily at times, but it's not oily enough to have to bake my face, you know. So after I've patted in all the powder on one of my face, I'm just going to take one of my Real Techniques brushes. It really doesn't matter. This is a contour brush, but I just picked up any brush I found, and I'm going to dust off any excess powder that is still on my face. So for the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier and my warm bronze. And this one actually does have the pour out spout, unlike the translucent powder. And I'm going to set the rest of my face. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is I'm basically going to line my eyes with this Lorac Front of the Line Pro Pencil in the brown. I didn't want to choose a black because I feel like that would be too harsh for this natural look. So I'm just going to use this brown color. So, and I feel like eyeliner just gives the eye a little more definition. Okay, next I'm just going to put on my, actually, you know what? I don't know about y'all, but I think my face looks a little washed out. So I'm going to do a simple powder contour and use well, basically for that I will be using my, I believe it's the black Radiance. Actually, where is my other one? I will be using the black Radiance powder, and it's in Rich Mahogany. And this is really cheap. It's probably about $2 or $3 at Target. So yeah, I'm going to be using my older one. So next I'm just going to use some mascara and darken my eyelashes a little bit. And usually this would be the end of my look for the day. This would be my natural look. Sometimes I will add a blush, and when I do add blush, let me see if I can find it. And usually when I do add blush to my face, I like to use my cheap and trusty e.l.f. blush palette. This color and this color, these are my two favorites. And if you want to stop here, you can stop here. And this would be pretty much natural foundation routine you could use if you want to use minimum make. I wouldn't say it is minimal makeup. It is minimal makeup. It's just, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Look, it's pretty simple. If you have minimal makeup, you can achieve a natural look. You don't have to go buy expensive things or buy all these different kinds of makeup products just to have a natural face and makeup. You don't even have to do as much as I did for this look. This is just my everyday walking out the door, nothing special type of makeup look, or my traveling makeup look. Now, if I were trying to jazz up this look a little bit, I would probably use a couple of lip liners instead of lipstick to basically put some color on my lips. So I'm lining my lips with Pitch, and I'm filling it in with Rayzor. And you can leave this look the way it is, or you can add a gloss, which I think I am going to add one of my Colorpop glosses. I do have this little cute little mini gloss. I don't know the color of it. No, I don't know the color of it. I'm just going to pop this on my lips. And this is my finished look. So, I don't know what this is that here. So, see you guys in my next video.